when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back. Of course, thanks so much, viewers, for staying with us. We're into the sporting segment here on Tobago Updates Television. And we're talking about Ascension Tobago Football Association Big 8 final happening tomorrow. Sidees versus Cambing Mount Pleasant. And we started the discussion with Cambing Mount Pleasant. Well, how could we not invite Sidees into the discussion? A big battle on tomorrow, and we are now joined by Mr. Kurt Davidson, right? Yeah. Kurt Davidson out of Sidees. Kurt, how are you feeling? How is the mood in the camp of Sidees?
Well, it's always great to play that final, and if you know Sidees always coming with all guns blazing, so it's always great, and so tomorrow is no exception.
Yeah, and you guys are in search of what, your fifth title?
Yeah.
Under Coach Akko George?
Yeah.
Fanta, what's your position in the club?
Manager.
You're manager, and you have been there since all the titles?
Yeah. All.
But what has been the key to success to Sidees? I mean, four titles, Cambing Mount Pleasant yet to put the hands on that trophy. But you guys have done it 4 times, looking for a fifth. What has been the key ingredient to Sidees' success over the years?
Togetherness. Togetherness and the love that we share to each other as a family from the time the season begin, from the time the season coming, we start to gel together to keep the family. It's a family unit, and Sidees is really a family. So we just put it also. We continue that love with each other every single day, in training and outer training, communication wise, and everything. This is run not smooth all the time, but most of the time, you know, we just try to keep the guys together.
Yeah. And coming into the finals, you had a tough semi-final game against Leeds United.
Yeah.
And of course, Camby had to get past the youngsters, Eagles FC. Who would you have preferred to play in the finals?
Can
You want Camby? Any particular reason what it can be?
Yeah, can be.
They seem easier.
Yeah, no. Not that. We and Camby playing a quarter-final last year in Colin, and they beat us 2-0.
So you have some kind of revenge game?
Yeah, so it's a good thing that we meet again so we can share the life.
And Kyle and Koo, right? You played against Eagles FC. I mean, they were having a wonderful season. Some would have said that Camby got away because of a refereeing error. I mean, what would you say? What you want to say about that?
I was not in the stadium for that game.
Yeah.
I saw that game live on your broadcast, and on the night, the incident and the goal, it looked good.
Yeah.
I've seen several replays because I don't know who's behind it, but somebody keeps posting things about this controversial goal.
Right. I like the way you use controversial.
And every time I see it, it looks good again. But this is looking at it on television. Of course, the linesman has the best view. We ourselves were subject to what I could only describe as a horrible decision in the FA, where one of our goals was disallowed, clearly onside. But at the end of the day, as a coach, we have to accept the decision of the referee. His decision is final. We see it in the EPL, we see it all over the world at the highest levels. We don't have VAR. And even when you're looking at VAR, sometimes you question the final decision. So we have, as a coach, we have to be disciplined as well, because we require discipline of the players. We ask them to respect the decisions. So we have to do that as well. So it goes both ways. I felt as if we were the victims this season and this season in the FA. And perhaps Eagles are in a similar position, to us. That's what I can say.
And Kyle, I mean, as I asked Sidees manager there, you played against Eagles FC, and you're now going to be facing Sidees in the finals. Who would you have wanted to play against in the finals? Sidees or Leeds United?
I think we would have wanted to play against Sidees because it would prove to be a very good game for Tobago on a whole, in terms of the footballing atmosphere. I think that it would be an exciting game, and that all of the supporters and around Tobago should come out to view this game in the stadium tomorrow. of course, we will love to go for the win.
Yeah.
We're going to win, right? And we're going to create history for Camby Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. Who can fans look forward to watching? I know everybody have a star player.
Yes.
Who has been the player that been at the forefront for Camby Mount Pleasant this season? Or as Mr. Sailis mentioned, they are more of a team. They say they built a team. Are you guys the same way, or they have been? Because when I was there last game, the semi-finals, I saw Navi Roach. He scored the lone goal, of which you guys got past Eagles. I mean, who are some of the leading players in your squad? Tell me about Camby Mount Pleasant.
Okay, so for Camby Mount Pleasant, I'd like to say first and foremost that we're a team. We're a compact team, right? But yes, there are some individuals that shine through on a game-to-game basis. Mr. Navi Roach is one of them, for sure. He is, I think, the tied leading goal scorer for all of PFA this year, with 14 goals actually, hoping to make it 15 so that we can have the most goal player of the season. Apart from that, I think that his brothers, which is Mr. Navel Roach, as well as Nathan Roach in midfield and defense respectively, have been given the team a lot of boost this year, as well as all the players. I think that every player in their respective position have been very disciplined and carried out the instructions of the coach really good this year.
Fantastic. I mean, and I know Ronald Crew from Phoenix days, and James is also in the mix as well.
Actually, James Thomas is our head coach,
right?
And I am his assistant.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, any injury concerns from either team?
Not right now. I don't know. I know Kyle Davidson had a little pull up in the last game, but really and truly,
That's your son?
No, I'm cousin. Yeah, but right now, I think we're good to go because we have a good physio. It's really good.
Fantastic. So you guys are keeping a camp as well, because Camby said that they're going to be in camp tonight in the lead up for tomorrow's game. Are you in a camp as well?
No, well, I really don't know the plans for today, but I know under Mr. Oko George, you can never tell what could happen.
Yeah. So what's going to be the final result here? Give me your predictions.
Well, boy, I want to give no prediction because the last time we made, you can't. The old people they say don't count egg before it hatch. So I'm waiting to hatch.
any predictions of you guys?
No, we have no predictions. We just hoping to go out and play at our very best. And we're hopeful that our very best will be enough to make us successful tomorrow.
And tell me about the format this season, because last year the format was a bit different. It was like a cut and trust. When you go to the big eight, you lose it out. Tell me about the format for you guys this year. You prefer this format or the one from last year?
I think that the format this year was good. It gave a lot of teams in the competition a lot of opportunities to eventually reach the final. So that I think it was a good format.
Yeah, and Sidis, you...
Yeah, well, yeah, better than last year that you just play one game and then after the one game dies it. You know, this time you get a more better chance to qualify to reach where we reach for today.
Yeah, and I want to bring back Mr. Alfread, bring him back into the discussion here. Mr. Alfread, President, of course, of the Tobago Football Association. What time do we start tomorrow? You mentioned that you have Num on set tomorrow, talking about entertainment. So what else in terms of time, and what else can the public who are going to be there tomorrow in their numbers to support the finals? Is there also going to be a third place playoff?
So yes, Marcus, there would be a third place playoff. We believe that everybody should play for something. So our gates open at 4:30 sharp tomorrow afternoon at Dwight York Stadium. The first game kicks off at 5:30 p.m. That would be between Eagles FC and, of course, Leeds United. Immediately following that game, and we're looking at about 7:30, maybe 7:45 end to that game, if it has penalty kicks. We would then have some entertainment from Num Num. He will be livening up the stadium for a little while. And then, of course, we go into the pre-match activities where the teams will do their warm-ups, go through their routines, and then allow fans to get settled down before we get into the finals. In between games, again, we will have the draw for our Kick for Cash winners. 2 competitions, one for the male, one for female, so that the fans can go out there and show their skills in the second half, or at the halftime of the second game. We would have that competition as well. And then, of course, following the games, we would have the presentation of the individual awards and team awards, both conferences and, of course, for the Big Eight.
Yeah, fantastic. And I know this year you had a number of contributors, or some people call them sponsors. And I mean, it's always good to highlight them and give them that mileage. I know Ascension been there last year and they are here again this year. I would call them the platinum sponsors, but that in terms of those that would have given contribution throughout the season, you're free to mention those.
Of course, thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, we have to mention Tiger Tanks as well. They would have contributed to the conference winners, the conference competition. All the conference prizes will be coming from Tiger Tanks Limited. And of course, we can't forget the Division of Sports for their support as well and their assistance throughout the season, not only in terms of the grounds, but they have been giving some assistance where needed, and we are thankful for whatever we have gotten thus far. But again, Ascension has taken the lead, and they have been with us, as you rightfully said, for the second year in running. And we want to thank them very much for their support. And let me also as well thank Tobago Sports Live. Kerry and company have been doing a fantastic job of covering our sports and bringing to the fore the talents of Tobago that is now shown to the world. Because a lot of people around the world are now following Tobago Sports Live when we have game. It might be worth mentioning that tomorrow's game would be delayed. So if you want to know when the goals are scored, the best thing to do if you're on the island is to get to the stadium where you can see it and be part of the fun and the entertainment. I'm expecting to have a good turnout tomorrow. I'm expecting all of Speyside and East Tobago to come down. And likewise, I'm expecting Canby, Mount Pleasant, and surrounding communities to come up. So it should be an entertaining afternoon of football, really enjoyable one. Two teams with different styles of play, and I expect that they'll be going forward.
Yeah, fantastic. Something on a bit controversial. Who would you want to be the man in the middle for that game tomorrow?
And that's a very tough question.
But you have a preference? You have a preference?
No.
You don't have a preference. You just going with the flow, and no matter who is in the middle, you play your game.
Yes.
Yeah. Sides, any particular?
No.
You're not going to know at all?
No.
What would you want to tell the supporters right now?
Sides, well, I want to tell the supporters, God give me a chance to redeem myself from the Soak the Vale game. So follow us tomorrow. We're winning. We're going home blowing horns. Sides way.
Yeah, because indeed, in the big eight, you guys started off with a defeat, and then you won, back-to-back games. Hence, you guys got into the semi-final, and they got past Leeds United and into the finals now. I mean, what would you want to tell your supporters, Mr. Civilian?
I'd like to tell our supporters to come out tomorrow and watch us create history for our club tomorrow as we look to raise our first trophy for the season.
Fantastic. Cool. Any message to the community of Canby Mount Pleasant? It's always good when communities are involved in these showpiece matches. You expect that, when you win, the community in terms of have some form of bragging rights. But I'm sure you're playing for more than bragging rights. You want to get the trophy, you want to get the cash, and of course you want to continue beating sides. Right? So the final word.
Yeah, we just have to be very grateful to the community for all of the support that we've had from them during the course of the season. And please come out tomorrow. We'll come out in your numbers. We would love to see you again. As Mr. Civilian said, we're really looking to create history for the community tomorrow. So come out, support, and let's have a good time, and let's celebrate football. Let's celebrate Tobago.
Yeah, fantastic. Guys, we've been discussing Tobago Football Association Big 8 Finals. It's happening tomorrow. So many things happening in the space, but you don't want to miss this one at the Dwight York Stadium. Yes, the Dwight York Stadium. And I'm told that it's not going to be live. It's not going to be live, so you can't sit like last night and watch Interdepartment. You're going to have to go down there at the Dwight York Stadium, pay your $40, that's a roti and a red solo on the daily basis, and get out there and support the communities of Canby, Mount Pleasant and Speyside. And of course, for the neutrals, it's just football, and you expect to have a wonderful game there tomorrow. I was there for the semi-finals, and there's really, really good games, and the two best teams, the better teams, are now going to be contesting the finals tomorrow. Who's going to be the man in the middle? Get down there tomorrow and see, right? I mean, it's not an easy job at all being a referee, not an easy job at all officiating games, especially high-stake games. But viewers, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I want to thank Mr. Wendell Moore as well, and I want to thank Mr. Wood and the producers of this program for the extension in time this morning. I thank you so much sports live on, indeed. Yes, so guys, continue to have a good day. Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a sporting weekend. I know that some guys are into the festivities, but of course, everything you do, be safe out there. I'm going to show you over to Candice Jackson for Good Morning Tobago. But don't forget to share the live, share the live, share the live.